Welcome to my channel. If you're new, please subscribe for all new videos and remember to click the notification bell to be notified for each and every time I post a new video. So all you're going to need is some craft string, a bead, a bracelet hook, a safety pin, and some scissors. So the first string you're going to need is a length of 2 meters or less, depending on how big your wrist is. If it's too long, it's okay, because it's better to be longer than too short. Then you want to cut one more that's about 1 meter long. When you have both lengths cut, take the longer one, put the ends together. On one end you have a loop. Next, take your 1 meter string and put it where the loop is, and then tie a knot. Making sure the loop area isn't too big, because this is where you're going to be hooking on your clasp when putting your bracelet on. So once that's done, you want to take the safety pin, stick it through the loop, and connect it to your blanket or pillow. This will help for holding your bracelet down while making it. So now you want to find which string is the shortest, because that shorter string you're going to use as a center string. Making sure your knot is tight, have that shorter string down the center, leaving the two side strings to be the longer strings. Your center one will be the shorter string, as the string on the left and the string on the right are going to be the ones we're using. So starting with the left side, you want to bring it over top of the center string, then take your right string, loop it underneath the center string and through the left loop, pulling it through. Then tighten it. Now you want to take your right string, bring it over top of the middle string, take your left string and loop it under the middle string, and then tighten. Now I'll show you once more. Taking your left string, bringing it over top of the center string, taking the right string underneath the center string, and pulling it through the left loop. Taking your right string over top of the middle string, then taking your left string and looping it underneath the middle string through the right loop and pulling it tight. Continue this process, rotating both sides until you get to the middle of the bracelet. I will fast forward the footage until the next step. So once you reach the middle of your bracelet, you want to take your bead, a bead that has a hole in it big enough to get your string through. We're going to be putting this bead onto the middle string. And once you have the bead on, take your left string over the center string and the right string underneath the center string and pull it through, doing the same process as you were. Tighten it against the bead and continue what you were doing until you reach the desired length of bracelet that you'd like. Again, I'll fast forward the footage until the next step. You want to try to make both sides equal. Keep checking the length every now and then. Or you can count the stitches on each side. You can also have one side shorter and one side longer, uncentering the bead. When you're finishing off your bracelet, the center string will be longer, as we were using the outside strings to create the bracelet. So you want to put your clasp onto the center long string. Just poke it through the hole, and if you're having trouble getting it on because your end is too fuzzy, just snip the end off and it should work. If you're still having trouble, you can use needle nose pliers to pull it through. Making sure before you knot it off that it'll fit your wrist. Wrapping it around your wrist, and then you'll know. So as you can see, it's on the center string. Now you want to take that center string and loop it around both of the other strings, making a knot. You can knot it right against the clasp, or you can leave it away from the clasp a little bit to give you a little bit more movement. Next, you want to knot all 3 strings, tying one final knot. Making sure you pull very tight. I always throw a couple more knots in just to make sure, as with this string is actually kind of slippery, so sometimes the knots slide out, and if this happens, your clasp will fall off. So this ensures that my clasp won't. Once you're done knotting, cut the excess off. Don't cut right by the knot, then rough it up, leaving the ends fuzzy. You can touch it with a lighter, if you'd like, to seal the ends. Now going back to where we first started, there's this extra string you can snip it off to be shorter. There you go, you made yourself a bracelet. As you can see, mine is off center. You can center yours if you like. If you'd like to check out the video on this bracelet, I'll link it in the cards. It's very similar, except there's 2 strings down the middle, and the strings are spaced apart, so you can see the pink strings in the center. These bracelets are very sturdy and last a long time. Makes great gifts or just a nice craft to do. I want to show you one thing. When you first knot off your loop, this is what it'll look like. So you may want to make yours smaller. If you like making bracelets or anything craft-wise, subscribe to this channel as I will be posting more videos. And remember to click the notification bell. You can also check out my playlist called Crafting. In the next video, I'll be making a gray bracelet, very similar to these. I will link that in the cards as well. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and thanks for watching. We'll see you later.